local band Me Like Bees, making music sometimes takes the back seat.
Playing music for a living is nearly impossible just because the industry's changing, with Spotify and, the ease of access to your product without people having to pay for it. I mean, there's unlimited demand for free things.
Despite selling merchandise, CDs, and playing in front of a packed house, drummer Tim Cote says money and music aren't always in perfect harmony.
It's really scary because you tend to go in the red, like every time you record an album, hoping that you have enough to get yourself enough traction generating when you actually release the album. Like we recorded this album last year. We've been sitting on a year with no income, hoping to generate some income with an upcoming album.
In fact, every member of Me Like Bees has a real job to make ends meet. That's where band fund comes in.
The last 2 years we wanted to try to develop a way so that way they can actually have some type of system for them to connect with their fans while creating a recurring revenue for them where they can grow as an artist.
It's a website where fans pledge $1 to $2 a month to their favorite band, and if a local band such as Me Like Bees gets enough fans to support, maybe they could get a steady income in an industry where nothing's guaranteed.
We hope this is the change that the music industry needs.
Unlike GoFundMe or Kickstarter, Band Fund isn't a one-time payment to complete one project.
Our goal would be to try to reach out to anywhere between about 500, 600 bands. Hopefully get 100 to 200 people to support each one of them to help give them the money monthly to tour, to pay for gas, housing, whatever they need to do on the road to help spread their music.
It does directly help bands. It's a great way for bands to actually be involved without management, without a booking agent, to get the revenue streams that they need from just fan to band. It just makes it very, very simple, no middlemen.
And maybe local bands making music can also start making money. In Joplin, Erika Hall, KOAM News.
The small town of Mildred, Kansas doesn't have a lot of people, but it does have a store full of history, and it's celebrating a milestone with the community. KOAM's Erika Hall has a story.
Lauren Lance says if you've ever been to Mildred, Kansas, you've probably seen the appropriately titled Mildred Store, or formerly known as Charlie Brown's General Store, located at 86th 3rd Street.
It's very nostalgic. There's 100 years of antiques and things from this store that are hanging on the wall. It's just Mildred.
The business, which started in 1915, began as a hardware store and garage and is still in business 100 years later.
One of the reasons it stayed in business so long is people from everywhere, miles and miles around, come to this for the sandwiches, for the piece of history, and when it was a booming community, a lot of people come home to this area.
It was started by Scott Brown, and up until last year, the store had remained in the same family. It is said that the store serves a small rural community, and when it hosts its weekly music night, the population quadruples.
One of our biggest nights was 110 people, not counting the band and the little kids. So in one night, a town of 28 went to over 120.
Owners say they hope to remain in business for another century more.
It'll never be a Walmart, and it'll probably not be a supermarket, but it'll be able to grow and grow and grow.
In Mildred, Erika Hall, KOAM News.
The Mildred Store hosts a music night every Thursday at the store, and it's free to the public.
Even the rain can't keep families from picking out the perfect tree.
It poured, and we thought we'd just be looking at each other, and there were all kinds of people around. We just had a busy, busy, busy day in spite of the rain, in spite of the wind and the cold.
Owners of the Bowens Christmas Tree Farm in Pittsburgh don't let customers rush because there's plenty to remember out there.
When you're picking it out, you want to make sure that you have a tree that will fit in your house. When you bring a tree home, that you cut it off a little bit. At the bottom, get a fresh cut, put it in hot water from the tap, and make sure you have a tree stand that's big enough so they'll have plenty of water because it can drink up to 1 gallon a day.
But owning a tree doesn't come without responsibility.
Then make sure always checking it. You don't want to put it next to a fireplace. You don't want to put it next to a heater, the vents rather. And if you keep it watered and you keep it watched, why you'll have a tree until New Year's Day. We take ours down New Year's Eve.
And just like that, with no shortage of Christmas spirit or pine needles, you and your family can be ready for the holidays.
It smells like Christmas. It smells like Christmas too. All right.
In Pittsburgh, Erika Hall, KOAM News.
Christmas view.